Hi, in this video you can learn about functions in Python. Functions is a set of statements that's used to do a specific task. We can put in other words as function is a block of organized, reusable code that is used to perform a single related action. The function is executed when it is called. Suppose we are working on a project and that project is big enough. So we need to write that as multiple tasks which include set of statements. So in that project we may use same set of lines in many places. So that may be doing specific tasks. So what we can do is we can group that set of statements and it can be reused later. So the set of statements grouped together to do a task is called function. Okay. So function is a block of code. And we can also pass data to the function that is known as parameter, and function can also return data as a result. So we have seen about inbuilt functions like print. We can also create our own functions. To create our own functions we do two things. One is we have to create the function, another thing is we have to call a function. To create a function we have to use the def keyword. Def keyword followed by the function name, parenthesis, colon. Then you have to write a set of statements that the particular function need to be executed. Next we have to call a function. So we have to call the function with the name of the function name followed by the parenthesis. Information can be passed into function as arguments. The value that you pass that are called arguments. So arguments are specified after the function name inside the parenthesis and they are separated with comma. Here I am having a simple example, add. So the function is defined using the def keyword followed by the function name. Here it is taking two values that are called parameters, and that this function is add, so I am just adding up the two values. While the function is called, we are passing the values, right? So that values are called arguments. So the arguments are specified after the function name inside the parenthesis and the values are separated using comma. So function to return value. So how to write that? So we have to use the return keyword. Here the same example add has been taken. I am adding up the value and I am returning. Using return keyword I am returning the value. Then it may be called. Okay. Next, we can also have a default value to the parameter. Here I am having an example language as a function, and in that I am trying to print I learn that value language, right? So through this function I am passing the value Java. So when I call the function language using passing the argument Java, what happens is it will call this function and the value language will be, here I am having a parameter lang, that value will be Java, so that it will print I learn Java. So when just I call the function without any value, the default value will be replaced. So when I call the function without any value, what happens is it will print as I learn Python, because I have set the default value as Python. So let's see how to define the function and call the function. So to create our own function we need to define it. So using def keyword and followed by the function name add, I am giving a simple example. Next a comma b, right? So this a and b are called parameters. Next we have to give colon. Next in this we have to write some statements. So c equal to a plus b. Okay. Then I will be printing it. Now the function has been defined. Now we need to call the function. So how to call the function? By the function name. So with it is having two parameters, we need to pass two values, right? So I am passing two values. Let's run this. So we got the output 10, right? Now the function can also return a value. So how to return a value? We have to use return keyword inside the function definition. So I will just remove this line, print C. Instead of that I will use the return keyword to return the value. So when I use return keyword to return the value and I call the function as it is, see what happens. there will be no output because the function is just returning the value, it's not printing anything. So what we have to do is we have to store the result in some variable. So I am storing it in result. Okay, now we execute. Still it is not displaying. So we are just stored but you are not printing it. So when I use print result and execute, we'll get the value. Hope you got. So we now you know how to define the function, how to call the function, how to use return keyword in the function definition, and how to print that particular value. Other thing is we can also have a default value in the function definition itself. So what we can do is here I can assign value, default value a equal to 5 and here b equal to 5. So when I call just the function, so in previous case we have just passed the value. In this case I assign default value to the parameters. Now I am calling the function. Okay, it works. So we can also assign default value to the function. Now I want the function to return one or two values. So how it can be done? Suppose I want this here c equal to we'll change as m equal to a into b. So here two calculation is done. One is addition is done and multiplication. I want to return both the c and m. So how that can be done? That also can be done using, you have to use comma m. Okay. So we rename this function as multiplication and addition, right? Now here we'll change this. Function I changed, so I am changing here also. Let's execute this. Yes, I got the value 10 and 25. So in this way we can return more than one value in the function. We can have different variable over here, result 2. So I can print one by one, print result 2. Yes, different value. This is of adding of value, this is by multiplying that two values. So in this way also we can write functions. So you have seen about what is a function, how we can define our own function, how to assign default value to the parameters, how to use return keyword in the function, how that function can be called, and how the function can be return more than one value. Okay, thank you. Keep learning.